All right, so this is a story on LaVone Hill, the Detroit man who spent 22 years in prison for a crime that he didn't commit. It just got overturned the other day after evidence proved that one of the arresting officers or one of the detectives on the case forged witness statements and ultimately ended up that same cop ultimately ended up robbing a bank and going to jail for it. So he was a corrupt cop, and I think he went to jail in like 2004, and this man remained in prison even with this corrupt cop being really the head of the reason why he was in prison to begin with. I wanted to share this video. The guy got out again. His name is LaVone Hill. I wanted to share this video just in the since we're in the weeks following the Marcellus Williams conviction, where he too had some unscrupulous activities happening in his case by the police officers and witnesses and people involved, and ended up being executed. And there was a lot of people that commented on the video that I shared that basically was saying, "No, he did it. It is what it is. Evidence proves it. Blah blah blah." Right? And this man was literally in the same situation, actually a worse situation, because this man was convicted for 2 murders, all on the words and testimony of a corrupt police officer. I wanted to share this to those, hopefully some of you who felt that way about Marcellus Williams are watching this video, and you could see that it's a very real possibility that Marcellus was innocent as well. This type of stuff happens. Okay, so let's check this out again. This man is free. Thankfully, he got out after 22 years in prison. And let's hear his story. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think. It's Ricky Rich for Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Well, we begin tonight with the Detroit man finally free after having his conviction overturned 22 years later. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. LaVone Hill was convicted back in 2002 of fatally shooting 2 people. His conviction was overturned yesterday by a Wayne County judge after it was determined that evidence against him was forged by a corrupt Detroit police officer.
7 News Detroit reporter Tiara Braddock spoke to Hill about his family and the years lost behind bars.
I've been fighting for this day since the first day I was arrested and the first day that I entered prison.
LaVone Hill has spent the past 22 years in prison after being wrongly convicted. He is now home in Detroit, but his release didn't come without a fight.
I appealed this case to every court in the land. There's not a court from the trial court, my appeal to right, Michigan Supreme Court, Michigan Court of Appeals.
Back in 2002, Hill was convicted of fatally shooting 2 people in Detroit following a dice game. His conviction was based off of a statement of a supposed eyewitness who said he saw Hill shoot the victims.
My trial, I knew something was fishy.
With the help of the Michigan Innocence Clinic, Hill was able to prove that something was wrong with his trial. Attorneys from the clinic found out that the alleged witness's statement was false, and it was actually written by former Detroit Police Sergeant Walter Bates. They also learned that the witness could not read or write very well.
There had been just egregious misconduct in this case, and that all evidence pointed to Mr. Hill's innocence.
Jenna Cobb is the co-director of the Michigan Innocence Clinic. She helped prove Hill didn't get a fair trial. While it's not known who killed the two victims, what is known is that Walter Bates, who helped put Hill behind bars, had a known history of corruption. Bates was suspended from the police department during Hill's trial in 2002, and the disgraced police sergeant was later convicted of bank robbery.
The case really rose and fell with Sergeant Bates.
Do you have anything to say to Walter Bates?
He attempted to destroy my life by putting a double murder on me. I never became angry. I never became bitter. And I entered the prison system with the thought, like, I'm getting out of here.
On Wednesday, a judge overturned Hill's conviction, and he was able to finally walk out of prison and reconnect with his family.
It gave me new life, new meaning, new purpose. I'm just happy.
Hill says he is looking forward to spending time with his family, especially his children and grandchildren.
My youngest daughter, her birthday is coming up November 5th, and I'm finna have the opportunity to spend the first birthday with her.
Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy says she will not be retrying LaVone Hill in this case. She added that in all of her years of being a prosecutor and judge, she has never seen anything like this. Reporting at the Wayne County Justice Center, Tierra Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
Well, thank goodness he has been freed. Thank you so much, Tierra.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that the case wasn't retried immediately after that cop was arrested. At least that's what I thought happens, right? When an officer is deemed to be corrupt or, doing illegal activities and such, then all of their criminal investigations need to be reopened and looked at. That's how I thought it was. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I thought that's how that works. So it's kind of interesting to me that it's been 22 years, and they're just now, figuring out what likely took place and went wrong. It sucks with these situations though, because you get the person off, but then the family members of those who were unfortunately murdered in this situation don't get any justice, right? So that in itself does suck, and I hate to see that. But at the same time, this man deserves to be free, and the city really owes this man, as usual. So, gone ahead and paid the man, and unfortunately, it's going to come out of the city taxes. But again, going back to my earlier statements with Marcellus Williams, this is the reason why it would have been very hard for me if I was one of the decision makers on his case to proceed with that execution, knowing, and it was a fact of matter that certain things throughout the case were fabricated and moved around, and the jury pool was not selected fairly, just simply because of the way some of the jurors looked. They were trying to force a conviction on this man, and it wasn't right. And this is this is a perfect example of why that, to me, was not right. All right, so hopefully those of you who were against my thoughts and the thoughts of many on Marcellus Williams are watching this video, and maybe, just maybe, your thoughts might change a little bit. Not likely, but, maybe. All right, but y'all let me know what y'all think either way. All right, it's Ricky Rich with Black Primacy. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.